Have you noticed how we blame God for what other people do with their free will, but we don't blame God for what we do with our free will? If I punch somebody in the face, I'm not going to stop to blame God for what I've done, because I know what I've done. I chose to do it. God had nothing to do with it. I chose to punch somebody in the face. That's called exercising my free will. Now, is punching people in the face right? No. But that was a choice that I made, and God is not to blame. So in the same way that I wouldn't stop to blame God for something that I did with my free will, for a choice that I made, why would I blame God for something that someone else chose to do with their free will? We only got a problem with our God-given free will when it's somebody else doing something that we don't like. You know, when it's me doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing, I don't blame God for what I'm doing. But when someone does something that I don't like with their free will, oh, heaven forbid, I'm going to go blame the Lord. Lord, why did this happen to me? Why did you allow the bully to bully me? God gave the bully free will like he gave me free will. And I can't blame God for what the bully chose to do. I never blamed God for me smoking weed in high school. I never blamed God for saying something hurtful to somebody. You know, I've never blamed God for something that I've done. I've only blamed God for things that other people have done. Why, Lord, this? Why did they do this? Why did you allow it? Haven't you noticed how hypocritical it is? All of us have done bad things, but we don't blame God for the bad things we've done. We only blame God for the bad things that other people have done. It's easier to look at someone else. See, because when it's somebody else doing something that we don't like, something that affects us, that's when we have a problem with God-given free will. That's when we want God to step in. When someone else is doing something we don't like, that's when we want for the Lord to step in. Like, why didn't you, Lord? The same way that God allowed you to make your bad choices, God allows other people to make their bad choices. And all choices have consequences. God didn't stop you from doing what you did because he gave you free will. So why would God stop this other person? Oh, because pedophilia is wrong. Yeah, but so is what you did. All sin is equal before the eyes of the Lord. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't pray against pedophilia and ask God for justice, but what I'm saying is all sin is sin before the eyes of the Lord. And it's easier to look at someone else that is doing something we don't like than it is for us to just say, well, you know, God is not to blame. We're all out here making bad decisions, bad choices, and these bad choices have bad consequences. Don't blame God. Thank God that you have the free will to choose to do different from what those people are doing.